right, so when we're coming up with the construction for a parallel line through a point, here I have my baseline that continues in both directions forever, and my goal is to create a line that's parallel to this point, or parallel to this line that goes through that point. So what I want to do is and I'm going to do it by creating congruent corresponding angles. So if I have congruent corresponding angles, then I know the lines are parallel by that converse. So step one is going to be creating a transversal through that point. Now, nobody cares how you make your transversal. So you can make it as steep or as slanted as you want. It doesn't matter as long as you draw a transversal. I'm going to try to make it closer to being through the actual center of my point. Let me do that again. Put your pencil in the center and then create that transversal that goes through the center of your point. So here's the logic here. If I copy this angle here and I recreate that angle up here, if I can create congruent corresponding angles, then I can have parallel lines. So we're going to be creating a parallel line, but it's interesting that the base of the angle we're copying is going to feel upside down. So go ahead and lock a distance into your compass, and again, create a working arc. Put your nose of the compass on that dot and repeat, without moving your slide, repeat where that working arc is. So what I've done with my working arc is I've referenced where in here my angles are that I'm talking about. If I have congruent corresponding angles, the converse tells me that then those lines are guaranteed to be parallel if those corresponding angles are congruent. So basically what I'm going to do is now just copy this angle. So instead of measuring up this way, I can measure this way. That is the same distance whether I go up, down, or down, up. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust my slide so that I measure how far that distance is. And I'm going to create a little mark telling everybody, hey, I measured this. If I was doing it with this tool, I could also put my point here and open up my compass and say, hey, everybody, this is the distance that I'm measuring. I put my point here and then repeat that measure or that line. Now in the past we measured the arc from bottom to top, but this time we did from top to bottom. That distance is the same no matter what you do, but notice now I have a point through which I can draw my parallel line. This intersection here tells me at what point these two angles are going to wind up congruent. Because my corresponding angles are congruent, then I know, therefore, the lines are parallel. And I can name them line A and line B. I can say, therefore, A and B are parallel. So the copying of an angle is a construction that I already know how to do, but now I have a reason to do it. I copy that angle because it's going to give me two parallel lines. Sound okay? All right, so here's what's next for you. On the back of this paper, you have some practice. I want you to copy this angle, then I want you to bisect it, Then I want you to create a parallel line through the given point twice. One time the point's above the line, one time the point's below the line. Work with your group mates, talk your way through it, get that practice so you know what you're doing. You mark it, set, go.